guys, Juliette Guerreau, public speaking trainer. I decided to make this video about, the tricky questions that employers like to ask during interviews. Those are questions that we usually do not like, and we can be sometimes a little surprised during the interview. But like I said during my previous video, you always need to prepare your interview before you go. It's never the time to show how good you are at improvising. Some questions seem so weird that we always wonder, why do they ask those questions? Well, just so you know, they don't really care exactly what your answer is. So you're gonna ask me, then, really, what are they asking them? I know, I'm getting there. So obviously, the answer matters. But what matters is how you respond. They want to see how you respond to those questions. Some questions are tricky and it's not that they want to trap you, but they want to see how you react in some situations. And the second part of it is that they want to see if you're a perfect match to their company. That's why when they ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years? Do not answer something like, well, I want to open a bar or something like that, because the company is gonna feel like, what are you doing here? We want someone that will stay in our company and care about our company. So I will tell you step by step how to answer to these tricky questions in order to show their employers that you're a perfect match to their company. What's tricky in a job interview is to show that you're prepared for the interview, but at the same time you need to remain natural and that it's not scripted. Because then they're gonna wonder, oh, is it a robot I have in front of me? And you don't want that. You want them to see who you are and that, once again, you're a perfect match for their company or the job position. I will do a video series on 5 questions that employers are likely to ask you. There are many more, but for now I will guide you on how to answer those 5 questions. So without further ado, let's start with the first question that an employer is likely to ask you. The first question could be, tell me about yourself. And in that question, you don't want to write a thesis about yourself. You don't want to go into a monologue. It's not the goal of the question. Once again, the goal of the question is to see if in your work history or your study history, you can match the job position and the culture of their company. So what I advise you to do is to get the job description. You know, it's when you go to LinkedIn or Indeed or whatever job search program, you have the job description with the tasks you will have to do during this job, the skills that you need to have. And so try to look at the skills and those tasks in the profile and see if in your history you have something that matches the description. So for example, in the last company I worked at, when I interviewed for them, I told them that I had a master degree from the United States in communication, and I was passionate about communication. I really loved everything about it, and it taught me to be very organized because you have many projects at the same time, and so you can't miss a deadline. So in this little sentence, I established my credibility. First of all, I have a master's degree in communication that I got in the United States. I was interviewing for a company, an American company, but that has many offices around the world, and I was applying in Europe. So the fact that I'm French and then I traveled to the United States and got my degree there shows that I am flexible and can adapt very easily, and also that I bring this international thing that they have, since they have offices around the world. Second thing, I just told them that I was very organized and that I had never missed a deadline. So in just this sentence, I established 4 things: credibility, flexibility, organization, and never miss a deadline. Those were very important for this position. Remember to always adapt yourself to the company. So look at the job description. Another thing is, sometimes don't use something from your work history or your study history. Maybe you can use something that you're passionate about. Maybe you are getting a job interview at a shipyard company and you grew up next to a shipyard and your dad used to take you on boats all the time when you were a kid, and you always liked it and you were always interested in it, and so that's why that you want to participate in the dream of those people who are going on a cruise ship. This can also show you motivation, first of all, and second, it also shows that you're a match to the company because you grew up next to it and you totally understand it. So these are examples of how to answer the question, describe yourself. Remember to go to the job description and be a match to their company. If you know someone that needs help preparing for their interview and they don't know how to prepare this question, do not hesitate to share this video to these people. And me, I will see you in the next video where we'll answer another question. What are your strengths and your weaknesses? I know no one likes this one. So, see you then! Bye bye!